Hello, listeners, and welcome to another wonderful edition of the Tech Your Business podcast. Today, we have another guest on the show. We have Captain Marco on the show. So, our guest today is Marco Torres. He's the co founder of Marketing Boosts, a company which, for more than 5 years, has been providing a solution that helps you close more high ticket sales for your business. So Marco Torres is on the show today, and he will tell us about his solution, tell us about marketing, and also tell us why discounting is not the best strategy for your business. Thank you, Marco Torres.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting us on on your show.
All right. So I went on your website, and the first thing I saw there was a three-step secret weapon of the world's smartest marketers. So can you tell us a bit about this secret weapon?
Sh- Yes, absolutely. Marketing Boost, what we do is many marketers around the globe have figured out how to use our travel incentives as an additional bonus to add value to whatever their call to action is. And that's that secret weapon right there. In other words, we're providing what we call the wow, surprise, and delight factor, so that business owners that use our service, which we have members around the globe using us, they're able to give away three of our different categories of incentives that you can use to boost whatever your call to action is. So we offer complimentary hotel stays in 130 destinations around the world from 3 to 7 night stays. We offer hotel savings cards that come in one, two, three, and $500. They're good at a million hotels worldwide, and they
Mm.
save or provide a discount compared to the retail value. And the last one is restaurant savings certificates, restaurant vouchers. They're good in the USA and Canada only, but again, these are incentives that can be added. So, and I'll give you more examples as we talk today on how to use incentives and as a way to attract more business.
Wow. Wow. So basically a person working with you can offer hotel stays of 3 to 7 nights, can offer restaurant vouchers or even hotel saving cards, good for a million hotels worldwide. That's really, really, really good. So
It's really
give me
different. It's really
a
different.
brief.
I mean, we're
Yeah, it
yeah.
is, it is.
So let me kind of go through that. The way this business was born kind of tells the story. Uh, my partners and I have been in business in the travel space for several decades. And in 2010, we launched one of our own travel websites that was really blowing up very fast, and it was being very, very successful. One of the fastest growing travel sites in North America. And we were trying to get uh, our clients to film selfie testimonials for us. We were hoping we could get people to, if they would only film a selfie video and maybe like a hotel review, brag about the hotels that we were selling, brag about the hotel brand and our brand. We knew if we had those, we'd be able to leverage those into thousands of new sales. But we couldn't get hardly anybody to film us a selfie, go that extra mile of filming us a video testimonial. So we thought, well, let's try something. Let's offer them a bonus trip free, a complimentary hotel stay as a reward if people went and did that extra work of filming a selfie testimonial. And we offered 3 nights in Orlando or Las Vegas, and we were mostly dealing with a U.S. Business owner base. I mean, a U.S. Customer base. So we offered them Orlando or Las Vegas. Well, guess what? That worked immediately. We started getting people to give us these video testimonials. They were coming in by the dozens. We were then leveraging those, posting those videos all over our website, using them on our YouTube ads, using them on our Facebook ads, TV ads, and generating thousands of new sales. But then it started to get expensive to fulfill those trips we were giving away. When people started raising their hands saying, "Okay, I want that free 3 nights you promised me." Well, now we had to pay for those 3 rooms in Orlando or Las Vegas. It was getting expensive, so we had to pull the plug on the campaign. We said, okay, we got a few hundred videos now. That's gonna have to be enough, and we have to pay for all these rooms. But then we thought, wow, we need to let's how could we get these rooms for free or next to free? Let's go back. So because we were a high travel company, high volume travel, we went back to these partners, our hotel partners, and said, listen, you've got a problem. We think we can help you fix it. Let's be honest. Your hotels are not full year round. I mean, you've got, yes, you're full on certain weekends, holidays, peak season, but the majority of the year, 70% of the year, 30, 40, 50% of your rooms sometimes go empty. And they agreed. And so we said, look, if you can give us access to that unsold inventory, those rooms that are likely going to go empty, we'll put warm bodies, couples, families, individuals in those rooms. They're going to spend money at the restaurant, the bar, the gift shop, the excursion desk, the casino. They'll book extra room nights. Maybe they'll upgrade room types. And so at the end of the day, if we got a couple of them to agree, so now we could fulfill our own giveaways that we were doing in Orlando and Las Vegas with these hotel rooms that they were giving us for next to nothing. And then we thought to ourselves, wow, could you imagine if we could convince other hotel partners around the world, we would have another standalone business. And that's what became marketingboost.com today, where we now provide complimentary hotel stays from 3 to 7 nights in these 130 destinations. They don't include airfare, of course. They don't include food and beverage. They don't include government taxes and fees, and there's no timeshare presentations or any kind of sales previews to listen to. And we actually created the first like online booking platform, so people can, after they activate that free certificate, they log in, they put in the dates they want to go, they can get instant confirmation and be on their way. So we created, real quick here, I know I'm hogging the microphone, but we created what we call a win-win-win scenario. It's a win for the hotel partners because we're helping them fill what would otherwise be empty rooms. It's a win for the Marketing Boost member because now they have this high value, perceived value incentives that they can give away with a call to action. And I'll talk about that in a moment. And then lastly, it's a win for the person who received the certificates because now they get to travel. In some cases, people are traveling that never would afford to travel before, and they're writing reviews saying thank you. I never would have been able to afford this trip. So we're helping people
Wow.
travel for pennies on the dollar.
Hmm. Amazing. When you were talking, I was I smiled when you talked about the clients taking those videos and using those testimonials to sell, because these days they call it user generated content. It just shows you've been ahead of the curve for a very, very long time.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Exactly, and we built up with that strategy. And mind you, here's another strategy that everybody listening can use immediately in your business, whether you use Marketing Boost or not. And this is to do. We all need reviews. Any business you're in, you need a constant flow of new reviews, and if you can get written or even video reviews, the more power to you.
Hmm.
So with this strategy, here's how we did it. We would do a survey to our clients when we thought they would more than likely be at their peak of happiness, which since we were selling travel, we knew that the peak of happiness is the day after they check into the hotel. So we'd send them an email and a text message the day after they check in, and do a survey and ask them, hey, how's the hotel living up to your expectations? How has our service been so far? Would you give us a rating of 1 to 5, a scale? And if they gave us a 4 or 5, we would immediately send them back a message, automated message, text, and email saying, "Hey, we're so glad you're enjoying the hotel stay. We'd like to ask you a huge favor. Would you help us spread the word about this hotel? And film, if you would go the extra mile and film a selfie testimonial video show off the hotel, brag about the hotel brand and our brand, we're going to reward you with that complimentary hotel stay, like I was telling you earlier." Well, we generated now over 30,000 video testimonials, more
Wow.
than any other travel website in the world. But the process of here's what I like about the process of the survey meant, if we were only asking people that were thrilled, giving us a 4 or 5 to go that extra mile and to film a selfie testimonial, if they responded with a 1, 2, or 3, Well, we wanted to know that as well because then we wanted to jump on it, see if we could fix the problem for the client or whatever they were unhappy about. Uh, and at least, even if we couldn't fix the problem, which in most cases we could, but if we couldn't, at least they were venting with us and sharing whatever their frustration was. Oh, we didn't like this person at the front desk, or the room wasn't as clean as we thought it should expected it to be, so we'd contact the hotel, whatever. But instead of them writing a negative review online, they were venting with us. And that's the key thing I'm trying to share with everybody on the line listening is that this process of doing a survey, you're only asking the people that wrote 4 and 5, to you're sending them links. You're making it easy for those people. Here's links. Please post a review on Google My Business. Please post a review. And then we would even uh, throttle or send them to different. Some people we would ask post on Facebook. Some people we would ask for a review, post it on Google My Business. Some people put it on SiteJabber. Some people get a message, post it on Trustpilot. Different third-party review sites. And that way, we're always getting these constantly new reviews coming in to third party review sites. So when people Google our brands, boom, they get all these positive reviews. And, to the tune of thousands of them, including 30,000 video testimonials. So it's a great way to tech your business, as you say. Tech your, use technology, use the automation, and solicit reviews to build your business. And if you add to that some incentives, give them a reason to post those reviews, then you've got another big winner as to how you're going to generate all these reviews on a constant basis.
Already we're not up to 10 or 15 minutes in, and you've already shared two brilliant ideas because these what they call social proof. And at the end of the day, we buy socially. Even me, I buy socially. I look at reviews. I look at other people who have used that product to make my this before I make my decision. So this is another really brilliant idea that I hope listeners will be able to pick up and implement. So,
Yeah, you've got to be so getting those reviews, and then video reviews. Nobody's going to watch them all,
mhm,
but if they see your website's got dozens or of video reviews, maybe they'll watch one, maybe two. But the main thing is they see 5 stars and all these video faces, and they're like, "Wow, for this people must be legit." You have that social proof, and then you're going to be able to sell more of your product or service.
exactly, exactly. So we talked about discounting earlier, and I've noticed it a lot of the time. Over time, especially when people come newly into a business, they try to get market share by being the cheapest or by offering discounts and coupons and all that. But now you've brought up this idea of the complimentary vacation. So what makes this more enticing to the prospects?
Great question. And a lot of business owners who are, starting out or what have you, they when they if they're introduced to marketing boost, they still have doubts. I don't get it. I don't understand how my product, I sell widgets, or I sell technology, or I sell coaching services, or I sell insurance, or I sell. They're like, how does that tie into travel? I don't get it. Or how does that tie into an incentive? So the first thing I'd like to do is define, well, what do I mean by incentive based marketing? And the key there, uh, Peter, is let's take a look at two examples that most everybody in the world is going to recognize. Amazon Prime is something that most people around the world are going to recognize. Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, launched over 10 years ago something he called Amazon Prime. And then the incentive was in this part of the world, free shipping, free 2-day shipping. He offered if you bought Amazon Prime, which is a video streaming service, nobody bought it back then for the video streaming. People were like, we were just barely getting used to Amazon video streaming 10, 15 years ago when he launched this. And but what he did offer was the incentive was free shipping in the United States, Canada, and different parts of the world. So imagine free shipping. That was the incentive. We bought that Amazon Prime for $100 a year to get free shipping, and then we became loyal Amazon shoppers. And now he's got one of the most successful retailing shops in the world. Burger King, McDonald's is another example. McDonald's is a Burger King, a hamburger franchise product that sells hamburgers around the world, and they have what they call the Happy Meal. It's a packaged item for children, where it includes the hamburger, the sandwich, a salad or a French fries, and the soda, the drink, and a toy, a prize, a incentive. And the toy is usually wrapped around the newest Disney movie or what have you. And so parents choose McDonald's over other fast food operations in this part of the world because they can buy, if they have kids, they're going to get that Happy Meal for the children, and so their parents take their eye off of the price of all of the mix of stuff, and they focus on the prize. So they're actually paying more for this little Happy Meal, but they generate over $3 billion a year in additional revenue thanks to that incentive. So the key is, what is your Happy Meal? Is my question. What are
Hmm.
you offering to your clients to give you to provide your adult Happy Meal? What is your adult draw? And that's what the marketing boost incentives do, because now you can give away, for example, say when you buy my annual coaching service, if you buy and pay for 6 months in advance, I'm going to reward you with 6 days and 5 nights in Cancun, Mexico, or I'm going to reward you, 3 nights in France, or I'm going to reward you. We have destinations around the world. We have something. We have a couple in Africa. Um, and then we have them, all over the Asia, India, Singapore, Thailand, Bali, literally 130 destinations. We usually can fulfill your clients' hopes and dreams anywhere in the world. So, and then the hotel savings cards are good literally everywhere. So, but anyway, you can add these incentives to whatever your call to action is. Take action today, and I'll give you this bonus vacation. If you buy my product B to go with product A, we throw in this bonus 3 nights at one of the following destinations. Maybe you say, if you like, I had one guy, he made almost $400,000 in 4 days
Wow.
because he had a bunch of people that had paid him a subscription. They paid him $97 a month for his services, and then he found Marketing Boost. He went back to all of them and said, "Hey, if you'll pay for a year in advance, I'll give you 5 nights in Hawaii or Cancun, and if you pay for 6 months in advance, we'll give you 3 nights in Las Vegas or 3 nights in San Diego." And he had about 300 pay for a year in advance, another 150 pay for 6 months, and generated almost $500,000 in 4 days. So that's just an example of some of the ways you can be creative to use these incentives to, generate cash flow.
Yeah, so at least you've answered the question that it's not most businesses can connect to travel because at the end of the day, almost everybody travels, and travel is a high value thing.
Exactly, and that's the key. Yeah, your product doesn't have to have anything to do with travel to offer a travel incentive, because everybody at least dreams about or wants to travel. Not everybody, does, or they don't do as often as they'd like to. But that's the reason the incentive can work, because people are like, "Whoa, I can barely afford to go anywhere, but with this complimentary hotel stay, I'm going to get with this product." Now you stand out from the crowd. Now you're different than your competitors. Now, instead of discounting your price, you can say, for a limited time, if you take action with this product, we're going to give you, 3 nights in your choice of this destination or that destination. Or you might say, join me for my live webinar and stay. I'm giving away 3 trips on the webinar live. So you need to stay till the end. And at the end of the webinar, I'm going to choose 3 winners. So, don't join me on Tuesday for our live webinar. And now you're giving people a reason to come in, a reason to stay till the end. And then at the end, you can say, by the way, if you buy my product at the end of this webinar right now, if you click below and buy, I'm going to give not 3, but everybody who buys will get one of these complimentary hotel stays on us. And so, boom, you can find ways to really enhance these. You can use them at trade show giveaways. You can use them to sponsor local nonprofits, and oh man, there's a million ways.
Hmm. So we've talked about different businesses where these incentives can be used, coaching businesses, trade shows, and co. But let's talk about the other side. Is there any type of business that these incentives won't be appropriate for?
Well, we haven't found that yet, to tell you the truth, because what we have found is that they really can work for just about anything. We've got people that are, selling lemonade up in New York, lemonade stands. that are using these incentives as lead generation ideas. You know, they have a countertop sign at their restaurant type locations, and I've seen them. You know, they have a QR code and say enter to win 5 nights at the following destination, and they're using them to
Mm,
generate leads so that they can send. You know, once you build that database, and that's something every business should be doing, is trying to build a database of emails and phone numbers and clients that you own their data so that you can stay in communication with email, texting, and voicemail broadcasting and stay in touch with your clients. Anyway, it's worked for everything from lemonade stands to car dealerships, sailing charter boat companies to uh, multi-level marketing companies. Let's say you're doing one of the easiest businesses to get into because of the affordability is to join a multi-level marketing and network marketing company.
yeah.
And those require a lot of work, right? You have to be, inviting people to the business opportunity meetings, and so these incentives can be used for that alone. Just, hey, if you'll join us on Tuesday evening, we're going to be having a live webinar, or come to this live event. I know this guy who's going to be talking about his business opportunity, and I want you to come see it. But by the way, he's given me three of these complimentary vacation incentives. If you come to the live event, it's free to come, but we're going to give you a complimentary hotel stay just for coming to the business opportunity. And so now you're giving them an incentive, a carrot to come to your live event, and now they sign up and join your multi-level marketing, for example. So no, your question was, is there anybody that shouldn't use these? And we have found that anybody can use them. Now, some industries have restrictions, like in this country, in the United States, there's restrictions on real estate and insurance company people. They can't incentivize a purchase. So I
Oh,
can't say, I'm going to buy a house from me and I'll give you 5 nights in Cancun. They cannot incentivize the purchase of real estate or an insurance product. But they can't tie it to a transaction, but they can say, come to my open house to look at our home for sale. And if you register at the event and tell us, sign up for, register to, who you are and give us your accurate phone number, email, etc., then we will, you can get a chance to win 5 nights in Cancun, for example. So now they are using these incentives at open houses. They're using them to gift people that already bought.
mm,
They're using them to revive an email database. So as long as they don't tie it to a transaction, that would probably be the only area where, Peter, where people have to be careful. There, in some parts of the world, for some industries, there might be some restrictions
yeah.
about using enticing a purchase with an incentive. But anyway, it's kind of like offering a little bit of a bribe
Very true.
to get people to buy or take action with whatever you're asking them to do.
That's very true. So you just talked about lead magnets and incentives, and they call them ethical bribes sometimes. So in today's market, I know I've been hearing of lead magnets for a very long time. In today's market, do lead magnets still work well for lead generation?
Yeah, they do. But let's talk about what is a lead magnet. If you're listening, maybe you know what that is, maybe you don't. But we strongly recommend, again, you find ways to acquire a client's name, phone number, and email. One of the ways to do that, people have been doing for a long time, is offering some sort of lead magnet, such as a free ebook or a free PDF or a free information, info download. Or so if you, and it's a great idea to this day, but people have become a little more hesitant about giving up their email and phone number because they don't want to get spammed to galore. They don't want to get hundreds of emails and phone calls and text messages. So adding the an incentive to the to your whatever your lead magnet is can be the difference between people saying, you know what, not only do I want that in free information, not only do I want that PDF download, not only am I interested in how to save money on real estate or how to, whatever you do, right? You can create a lead magnet, like saying, let's say you sell this network marketing opportunity, and so you're saying, hey, learn how to make money working from home. Learn how to, get a free PDF on how you too can make money from your computer at home without ever having to leave your house, and so on. So download this free PDF and get all the information, no obligation or anything. And then you might say, just for downloading the PDF, you're going to get a $100 hotel savings card good at over 1 million hotels
Mm,
worldwide. So you add a what I call a micro incentive for a micro call to action. So now you're when you download our PDF, you're also going to get a $100 hotel savings card. So please give us an accurate email and phone number so we can send you the hotel savings card. And now you're giving them that extra reason to give you their name and phone number and email so they can receive the PDF or whatever it is you're giving them, an e-book or a video, access to a video, and the hotel savings card or the complimentary hotel stay so that you're getting accurate phone number and email and building your database.
nice. Nice. So different ideas now on using these incentives for marketing. So the next thing I'll talk about, most marketing campaigns have to be tracked, have to be measured to for optimization to make them better and cool. So how can businesses using these incentives from marketing boosts, do they have an opportunity to track their results and cool?
Well, we don't provide the technology. Good question. We don't provide the technology to track everything other than you will be able to track, who you sent these incentives to. Did they activate the incentive? And so that you can see if anybody's actually using it. But that really, in the end, doesn't matter. You offered them a promised getaway, and then they are. But you do need technology to track things. We have an additional product we call automationbooster.com, and on automationbooster.com, this is a full-fledged CRM, customer relations management platform that includes about dozens of templates, sales funnel templates that can include the marketing boost incentives built in. And this system can be everything can be tracked here. So now you can track the leads that you're acquiring and where they're coming from, and then you can tag them as they come into your CRM, and you can be now you can start emailing and texting and voicemail broadcasting to those prospects, and you can track, are they opening my emails, are they clicking through to the campaigns, did they fill out the form, did they purchase the product, did they book an appointment, etc. Speaking of appointments, another great way that many of our members use marketing boost incentives is they offer the a micro incentive like a restaurant savings voucher or a hotel savings card to book a no obligation Zoom call. So
Mm,
just book a virtual meeting with me with whatever technology you use, Zoom or something else. Book a virtual meeting with me, and I'm going to give you a $200 hotel savings card just if you show up on time for the meeting. So let's meet on Tuesday on a Zoom call. Let's discuss whether we're a good fit to work with each other. And if you show up on time for the 2 o'clock meeting with you and your spouse or you and your boss, if the two of you show up for this meeting, I'm going to reward you each with a $200 hotel savings card. So now you're offering an incentive to book the appointment, and more importantly, to show up on time, which kind of kills two birds with one stone. One of the challenges we all have now with people who book appointments, thank God, in a way, one of the benefits that came from COVID is that we all got used to booking virtual appointments with people, and now we don't have to travel all over the world to make a sales presentation to somebody, right? People are used to and accept the idea of, let's meet on Zoom and you can talk about your product or service. But now many people book those appointments and then they forget to show up. They're like
mm,
they're you know so the incentives can be used to, like, hey, in all your reminder messages, your automated reminder messages saying, hey, you got a meeting with me next Tuesday, and then on Monday they get a reminder, on Tuesday an hour before the meeting they get a reminder. So like you did with me to show up for this call. So that those messages can be now add to that. By the way, don't forget, show up on time and I'm going to reward you with a $200 hotel savings card. So it ends up taking care of one of the other big challenges we all have is no shows. And imagine if you eliminate your no shows, what that does for your opportunity to sell more product or services, or for your sales team that are all taking appointments on Zoom. If you can help get more people in front of your sales staff or yourself, you're obviously going to make more money.
Mm.
So
That's really really true. So what's your advice when some people might want to use marketing boosts? You already mentioned that the incentives don't cover taxis, they don't cover airfares and co. So if a company wants to use marketing boosts, what's your advice on them setting expectations for their customers when sending these
great,
incentives to the customers?
great question, and we do provide a complete training on that.
Hmm.
Within, once you become a member, we offer free Zoom calls and free coaching sessions so that we can walk you through examples of how to do that. But essentially, that is, and we're going to show you visuals of how to set up your landing page, your sales funnel, where we explain to the client. But at the end of the day, you need to tell your client three basic things you need to say. By the way, I'm giving you the hotel stay is going to be on us, and you want to at least at minimum make the following disclosure: airfare, or transportation to and from the hotel are not included. Government taxes and fees are not included, and food and beverage and any other miscellaneous expenses of yours are not included. So, it's on you to get there and back and buy your own food and drinks, but we're going to cover the hotel stay. And now that kind of gives you the basics, right? And so the way it works for the client when they receive it, they have to pay an activation fee, which covers those government taxes. So, for example, 3 nights in Las Vegas is about $98, $99. So they're paying the taxes of $99. And then after they activate that, they'll have 18 months, a year and a half, to log into the platform, put in their preferred travel dates. And based on availability, they're going to see 1 to 3 hotels, pick the hotel, and get an instant confirmation and be able to be on their way. Um, and then we have 24-hour day, 7 day a week support, chat support for your clients or for you on our different platforms. And Marketing Boost is your secret. Your clients are never introduced to Marketing Boost.
Hmm.
So you pay Marketing Boost $37 a month. By the way, that's the cost. It's only $37 a month to have access to the Marketing Boost platform. Uh, and your client, they get sent the incentive and they go to a different website to redeem the trips. They go to a company called redeemvacations.com.
Hmm.
And on redeemvacations.com, that's where they log in. That's where they pay the activation fee. That's where they check for available travel dates and what hotels are available. And that's where we have thousands of reviews about redeemed vacations. And so your client is never introduced to the fact that you're only paying $37 a month to be able to give away these complimentary hotel stays. So that's another part of what we talked at the very beginning of the call about the marketer's secret. And that's because Marketing Boost is only marketed to B2B, to business owners. So your consumers don't know that this is so affordable to you. They have the perception that you somehow paid hundreds of dollars possibly for this incentive that you're giving them. You know,
Yeah,
makes sense, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
It does. Because, like you said at the beginning, when you gave out these incentives, you had to pay.
Right. When we first did it, it was expensive as all get out, and then we were like, "Whoa, we have to shut this program down. It's too expensive." Although it was making us a lot of money because we were using, we needed that social proof, that people could see
Yeah.
our product is real. And by the way, at the beginning we talked about, discounting versus not discounting. When you first launch a new business, you might need to discount a little bit for your first few clients uh, in order to get. But then, what's the key thing you need to do? You need to get that social proof. You need to get those reviews. You need to get those video testimonials, and now you could go back to getting your full price, and then. But even at the beginning, instead of offering, the whole key here is instead of offering a discount, or even if you do at the beginning just to get your first few clients in the door, then after that, or even at the beginning, you want to use these incentives as an example of how to reward your clients, including, mind you, another idea here is creating loyalty programs. So if you have clients that you want to reward them for renewing their annual membership, you could say, hey, when you renew this coming August, If you renew your subscription, or you renew your annual program with me, I'm going to reward you with a complimentary hotel stay, etc. So they can. I've seen coffee shops. Imagine something as simple as coffee shops, and this really recently blew my mind. Where a bunch of coffee shops from one of our members, his clients, these are great for agencies too, by the way. So if you're an agency and you have a number of clients that you do their marketing for, guy I was interviewing recently, he's an agency owner, and he has a bunch of coffee shops as clients. And so he's gone to these coffee shops and created a loyalty program for all of them,
Mm.
where they come in and say, look, if you buy, when you get 1,000 points, which is $1,000 worth of purchases, you get to, when you get to 500 points, you get a $500 hotel savings card. When you get to 1,000 points, you get a complimentary hotel stay in your
Wow.
choice of Hawaii or Cancun or something. And the amount of people that they have that are coming back to stamp their thing and their point system, and end up spending $1,000 worth of coffee and snacks or whatever they sell in their coffee shops in order to get this bonus reward is unbelievable. And so that's creating that loyalty program. They're going back to their little mom and pop coffee shop instead of going to Starbucks or some other brand. So people, become loyal to that coffee shop versus somewhere else with the reward program. Now that can be taken online. So if you're an online retailer and you're selling widgets on your website, you know your normal transaction people only spend 50 or $100. You wish they would spend 500. Well, now you could put on your website, when you spend $500 with us, whether all of it on today or over the next period of time, when you reach $500 or 500 points, or 500 whatever currency you're using, when you reach this level, whatever you put it at, we're going to reward you with a following bonus. And so you're creating loyalty programs and reasons for people to come back and shop with you again and again.
Mm.
So that's just another couple of examples of how to use these incentives. There's so many different ways. We have literally, thousands of members. We have a Facebook group with over 30,000 entrepreneurs in our Facebook group.
Wow.
And what we're doing there is constantly sharing ideas and training, and, what's working for this guy. Maybe you could use it in your business as well, and that kind of thing.
Mm. That's really good. That's a lot
Speaking of
of.
coffee, looks like you're drinking some coffee.
Yeah, my home brewed coffee.
There you go.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that's a lot of success stories and creative ways of using this. So, what are some do's and some don'ts? Don'ts, especially because you've mentioned a lot of do's. Don'ts, especially for leveraging these vacation incentives.
Well, one big don't is, uh, we don't allow you to sell these incentives.
Mm.
So uh, it's great if you're in the travel business. This is a no-brainer, right? You can, but we don't allow you to sell the incentive. So even though you have access to unlimited amount of these complimentary hotel stays, you can't put, hey, I got 3 nights in Las Vegas for, and sell these for X amount of money. So they have to be used as a bonus, as a gift to your client. So we call that, one, you can't sell them. Two, do not promote group travel. So
Oh.
all of our hotel partners, group travel is their bread and butter. That's how they make, the majority of their money. When multiple group, people are coming to an event or a convention or what have you, and they end up having to, rent rooms and convention space and order the food and beverage and coffee for the event. So group travel is not allowed with the travel incentive. So you can't put on an event and say, hey, let's all meet in, such and such resort, and I'm going to be putting on a mastermind training, and I'm going to give all of my clients an incentive to come to my mastermind event. So they won't work for group travel. So you don't want to promote it that way, because they will be, blocked from multiple people using the same promotional getaways.
Mm.
Another don't, even though you have the ability to give away an unlimited amount of these incentives, we we recommend um, that you not hand them out like candy. You can give them away like candy bars if you want to, but we recommend you don't, because you're going to diminish the value of the incentive if you make it too easy to get. So you want to make create scarcity and urgency and make people earn this incentive by doing something like we mentioned, the reward points, or buying a more expensive product to go with it, product A, buy product B to go with product A. Do something that they had to earn it, and then they're going to have a higher perceived value with it, and you'll get more usage and more bang for your dollar. Um, Another don't is, well, yeah, I mean, like, don't don't make it. For example, it also has to be believable. So, for example, if I tell you I'm going to give you 5 nights in South Africa, 3 nights in South Africa just for joining my newsletter email list. That sounds too good to be true. How can you give me a complimentary hotel stay just for entering my email? That's when I mentioned earlier, we'd use a smaller incentive like $100 hotel savings card, for joining our newsletter or for subscribing to downloading your PDF or whatever, and then save the higher value perceived getaways, the complimentary hotel stays, for a bigger call to action. So if you gave them away, like, hey, just sign up for this free thing, and I'm going to give you a free trip. Sounds too good. That in those cases, you want to say, sign up for this free thing and get a chance to
Chance.
win.
Yeah.
I'm giving away one trip out of every this week from everybody who does the following thing. You could grow. Here's another idea. We have people grow their Facebook groups or their social media by saying, "Hey, invite people to my Facebook group, our Facebook group, and for every 20 people you invite, you get another chance to win a complimentary trip we're giving away this coming Saturday." So now you're creating this excitement building up to Saturday, and then on Saturday you select a winner, you go live on Facebook and give them the free trip, and you're growing your Facebook group virally, for example, by using these incentives as contests, giveaways, and stuff like that. But again, using them kind of sparingly along the way. So another don't. So essentially, don't, at the end of the day, don't give them away like candy. Make people earn it. Find good, exciting ways to promote these, and that creates engagement, that creates excitement, that can create believability in the promo. If you and one of the hardest things to accomplish is for people to believe you. Who are you? You have to present yourself as if you're a big brand. And when you just start out and nobody knows who you are, that can sound. I mean, if Coca-Cola said, "Hey, Red, buy a six pack and get a chance to win a trip," you'd believe it
Yeah.
because it's a big brand. If when you launch Joe Blow exterminating services, uh, people, and you offer a free trip to, with your exterminating services, for pest control, they might be like, "How does Joe Blow with pest control afford to give me a free trip?" So you need to present it as by one of the ways we present it is our travel partner Redeem Vacations. You asked me this earlier and I forgot to mention this. This is one of the ways to position it, to make it make sense. So we have partnered with a travel company, Redeem Vacations, and they have joined us to provide you with a complimentary hotel stay when you sign up for our annual pest control services. So you're tying in a brand that is not yours with yours to make the offer seem more believable. We have partnered with a high volume travel company, and they are, they have joined us to reward you with a complimentary hotel stay when you purchase our annual pest control services, or when when you sign up for a free quote, we will give you $100 hotel savings card from our travel partner, you know, Redeem Vacations, for example. So now you're making the offer believable and dropping a bigger brand than yourself to kind of help explain how the heck can you give away hotel savings cards or especially the complimentary hotel stays.
Mm.
So I hope that helped answer the question on a little bit of the don'ts, and so that you're not making the mistake of giving them away without creating value, without creating urgency and scarcity. So urgency and scarcity is what helps people make the decision to do business with you today. The idea between these incentives is to try to help you give people a good reason to do business with you today versus maybe never, or to do business with you this week versus people never getting around to calling you back. And so you're creating the scarcity, the urgency. Take action before Friday, and you can get this bonus trip. Or take action today before 5 p.m. and boom. Or I only have 10 of these complimentary hotel stays to give away. So the first 10 that take action this week are going to get this bonus trip. So if you buy into our coaching program this week, if you're one of the first 10, and we still have about 8 left, then you need to take action. You will get the complimentary hotel stay. Or we have 10 left. We're doing 10 and I've got 4 left. Putting that scarcity and urgency to take action.
Hmm. I've been taking a lot of notes down. I've been taking a lot of
Awesome.
notes down. Yeah. So, as we've been speaking, you've mentioned Zoom, you've mentioned lead magnets, which you've explained, you've mentioned gathering video testimonials, you've also mentioned your 30,000 member Facebook group. So, that means you've really gathered a lot of experience selling online. So, do you have any tips for our listeners on selling online?
Well, yeah, that's a loaded question. I mean, there's so many depending upon what your product or service is. I would say that in today's world, there's never been more competition for one, but at the same time, it's never been easier to be in business, to be an entrepreneur, and to launch a business online and sell products online. Obviously, there's more competition than ever, but one of the key things that there's never been so affordably is the technology. The technology, the today when I launched, I've been an internet marketer since 1996.
Wow.
So I've been around. I've been around since before Google, before Facebook. I was an email spammer before they called it spam. I had a bunch of servers in my garage, and I was emailing, massive amounts of emails back in the very early day. When back then people loved to email, they had their AOL accounts, and people loved their "You've got mail." Uh, but the point I'm making is back then, to build a website, you had to know how to code HTML coding and all this other stuff. Today, the technology to build a website, build a sales landing page, is so affordable. The CRM platforms that are out there are very affordable. There's lots of them to choose from. We offer one called automationbooster.com. I've never seen anything like it. We provide an incredible product for the price. It's unbelievable. But the point is there's technology for everything. There's technology to help you build your YouTube channels. And part of growing a business today online means you develop content. You need to be producing a lot of content, be it that video, copy that you're writing, blogs that you're writing. You need to prove and start getting authority out there that you are the expert or that your product is the solution to the problem. uh, and and then that content, a lot of blogging content, maybe news press releases, video content, podcasts like you do. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but you've got to be trying to do all of it. You've got to find a way to be seen by as many people as possible, and especially your inner circle, whoever it is you're first trying to grow your business from,
Hmm.
your first circle of contacts, and then from there you keep growing that out and out. But you know, it usually takes people 7 to 15 times to see your product, service, or branding before they're typically going to do business with you.
Yeah.
So as you build that, that's one reason why you need that lead magnet. You need that incentive to generate leads. So as you're building the email contact list, email phone number, and you have content produced, good email messages, series of messages that you've written, You have video content to prove what you're saying. You have maybe podcast interviews that you've been interviewed on, or you're interviewing people about your product or service. You have press releases. You have so now you have a reason to email your prospects with different information about your product or service multiple times, so that hopefully by there, and then maybe even doing telemarketing to those leads you're acquiring, you are going to end up being back in front of them multiple enough times that they'll maybe finally believe that, you know what, I'm going to give this person a shot. And they have to like and trust you as well, right? So how do you build that like and trust? By trying to become an authority, be the expert, be, one of the ways to do it is try to get interviewed on shows like Peter here. And that was one thing I did last year. I decided I wanted to be tell my story on podcasts, and I've been interviewed now on 128
Wow.
shows. I did 100 over 100 shows last year, and this year I'm on a pace to do the similar. So,
That's a lot of work. I think at the end of the day, really like to go big, like you said, from the
well, yeah,
emailing.
exactly. Exactly. I want to get the story out there, get people looking me up, get people, and when you go to my, Marketing Boost Solutions YouTube channel, you see a lot of content, and so I practice what I preach and try to build that content, that library.
Exactly. Hmm. We've really learned a lot today. So, what's next for Marketing Boost? Are there any new features or offerings you're looking at?
Well, we're growing. The main thing that's coming next is we are working on adding using artificial intelligence to now help us launch our offer our products and services in multiple languages
Hmm.
and currencies around the globe. So right now, everything we do is in English. All of the incentives or the instructions and the most important, the customer support is all in English. And so with artificial intelligence, we're building out a platform to be able to serve clients in multiple languages, uh, in customer support in multiple languages. Obviously, the copy, the website, everything in multiple languages. That part's the easy part. The hard part's the customer service in multiple languages. But that's what we're working on next, so that we can continue to grow globally, even more than we already are.
That's interesting. At the end of the day, AI is just making everything so much more, so much easier. So much easier.
Right.
Yeah. So, as we get
Yep.
to the
Yep.
end, is there anything you would like to share with our listeners?
Uh, yeah, one thing I would share with your listeners, if you're listening to this show and if you hung in there for this entire time, I want to really appreciate your time and attention to listen. And I hope you like, click, and share so that help grow Peter's audience and share this with other entrepreneurs that you might know. But keep in order to grow your business, you're doing the right thing by listening to shows like Peter here, listening to this show, Tech Your Business. You've got to stay relevant. You've got to constantly be learning. That's one thing I've been doing since I got on an internet marketer in the mid '90s. It was yeah, it's never stopped changing ever since
Mm.
1996. So, and it's always changing. Things that worked last year don't work this year. Some things are always working, but new technology improves it or changes it or makes it harder. Now you got to adapt. So you've to be on the cutting edge of all of this stuff, you have to constantly be feeding yourself, reading, watching, training videos, hiring business coaches. You've got to invest. It takes money to make money. So stop thinking small. And and by the way, with that said, the other mistake most entrepreneurs make, the smaller as they're getting started, is they small entrepreneur wants to do it all himself,
Mm.
and he figures I can't afford to hire any help, so I'm going to be my web builder. I'm going to be my technology guy. I'm going to install my own CRM. I'm going to build the sales funnel page. I'm going to create my email marketing strategies. I'm going to do and when you try to do everything, you try to be an expert at everything, you end up being an expert at none. So my suggestion is in today's world, that's the other thing that's more available today than any other time in history, and that is it's easier to hire and outsource and have virtual assistants in different parts of the world that you can hire to help you get things done, and hire people that are smarter than you in areas that you're weak in. And don't try to become an expert on that stuff. Hire somebody so that you can focus on how do I get more clients? How do I sell more of my widgets? How do I? So you're focusing on the big picture of the business while you hire somebody else to write your blog, or to build your website, or to install the CRM, or to, set up the automation of the marketing boost incentives, et cetera, et cetera. Don't be, stop. If you think small and always where you're not going to hire any help, then you're going to stay small. So get a virtual assistant and start growing your business.
So, listeners, you heard never stop learning, stop thinking small, and get help and focus on the big picture. So, where can
Exactly.
if listeners want to learn more about you, you talked about your Facebook group, you've talked about Automation Booster and Co. So, if listeners want to learn more about you, they want to work with you, they want to learn from you, or anything else, where can they reach you?
Yeah. Go to marketingboostsolutions.com. Marketingboostsolutions.com.
Hmm, okay. So, the link Marketing Boost Solutions would be in the show notes in case you want to
And of
visit.
course, you can go straight to marketingboost.com as well. But Marketing Boost Solutions will give you the link to join our Facebook group. It'll give
Hmm.
you all the different software tools that I offer, that we promote to help you grow your business with marketingboostsolutions.com.
All right. So marketingboostsolutions.com. Thank you very much, Marco Torres, for coming on the show today. And thank
Thank you,
you.
sir. It was a pleasure being here.
And thank you, listeners,
Yeah.
for being with us up to this point. So until next week, Thursday, when we release another episode, don't forget to keep taking your business. Thank you and bye for now. Where's the stop here?